Alright, so we're in El Poblado. That's where we've been staying. And full of like nice little restaurants, mom and pop shops. So I can say we're kind of starting the day late. It's a little past 12. We only got 3 things planned for the day. We're going to the art museum, right? Then we're going to the botanical garden, and then last a cable car where you can go to the top of a hill and there's like a restaurant and we'll probably eat there and then call it a day. And then Tuesday there's a spot that's known for salsa. Usually when I go like salsa dancing, things don't get too wild, so I probably bring my camera with me, my GoPro in my pocket, or just record on my phone. I don't know, but that's the plan. And right now also I need to get money and recharge my phone since we're gonna be in Colombia for about a month. I bought a chip for data so I can get around, and you get free WhatsApp, which is what everybody uses here to talk, so it's all good. So now we about to go. Well, I'm about to get something to eat real quick. You sure you know where you're going? So we're at falafel time here in Poblado. Got us a wrap, fries, and a drink with like 20 mil, which is about $7 more. But yeah, the currency exchange makes things here fairly cheap. But the only thing I would say though is that their money goes fast. Like you can get out 100 mil, which I think is around $30, and you go out, a beer, you get a couple beers, about half of that's gone. It goes pretty fast. Things are cheap USD wise, but it's like their money like goes fast. I don't know how to explain it. Like you always have to constantly be going to the ATM. But yeah, we're here in Medellin. Was in Cartagena for 12 days with my brother. New Year's. So far, I would say I like both cities equally. There's things about Cartagena I really like. There's things about Medellin I really like. And then there's also things I don't like about both places. But so far, Colombia is nice. The people here are really nice, warm, welcoming. Tons of hospitality. Everything's chill here. What do you think of Colombia, JT? Or what you think of Cartagena?
I mean, honestly, the only thing I didn't like about Cartagena was the fact that it was really hot. And also, I was getting really tired of people trying to sell me stuff. I was getting tired of being broke by prostitutes. And honestly, those were really the only negatives. Other than that, it was wonderful. And
what do you think about Medellin so far?
Medellin definitely seems like a lot more chill. Yeah, because you don't have people constantly badgering you trying to buy stuff. But like you said, I like them both equally. They both have their pros and cons.
Colombia is known for really pretty much 2 things. Every time I mention Colombia to other people from other countries, it's Narcos and girls. And we've both seen a lot of both. We've seen a lot of both. I don't really mess with that white girl, but a lot of the people in our hostels do, and they say it's really easy to come by here. Even though in Medellin they really don't play that. You definitely don't want to get caught in Medellin with any sort of drugs. One night we was coming back from a party and they had like a stop because there were people outside our hostel like smoking weed or whatever. So it kind of attracted the police to that area, and like pretty much everybody that was walking towards the hostel got stopped and searched. So we got stopped and searched. They do a lot of stop and frisk here, like at will, by their leisure. And don't think just because you're not from here, you're excluded from that. Really, they know that a lot of foreigners come here and buy drugs. So usually you're kind of their first people they look at. And they know you got money, so they're going to fine you. I don't know how much the fine is, but they fine you. And I'm pretty sure some of the police even pocket that money. But, so yeah, if you're going to do that here, careful. The girls, I mean, Colombian have beautiful women. I wouldn't even say. I'm not even gonna talk about women. I'm gonna talk about just the people here. Like they're very nice, welcoming, warm, love to conversate, love to share their culture with you. So that applies to the women as well too. But I can talk further more on both those topics later on. Think about it. What you think about the girls here? Beautiful.
Muy hermoso.
Muy hermoso. Yeah, and they're really friendly. The only thing I would say real quick on that is like, it's a lot of working girls out here. So anyway, we about to eat. We talk about girls and drugs and narcos later. So we're in the Museo de Antigua. I'm pretty sure I mispronounced that. Getting some art, but more so enjoying the AC. As you guys know, when I'm in a museum such as this one, I just like to take pictures. So I'm gonna take some pictures and we'll be back. We just finished the museum. It's pretty nice. I'm just chilling here. So, Terrell, he's gonna meet up with us. He decided to finally leave the house. So he must be feeling some better. We were gonna go to the garden. Tired. Go to the flower garden. But it closes at 4:30, and it takes 30 minutes to walk here from here to there. So we're probably gonna do that tomorrow after we do a free graffiti tour and District 13, which used to be one of the most dangerous districts in Medellin. It's where Pablo Escobar used to use a lot of the kids and to, you know, move his drugs and look out for police, and a lot of killings and stuff used to happen there. But now it's a fairly safe area. The only thing I have heard is that when something does go down there, it's usually pretty big. Like, things don't happen there as often, but when it does, it's big. I should say that. Like, so yeah, it should be a fun tour. We'll see what's up. But the graffiti's there is real nice, and but we're doing that tomorrow. So now we're about to go do the cable cars, go up to the top, check out the view of Medellin, and then tonight is, like I said, salsa night. Alright, so we're on the cable car. Trail made it. So I think this is Parque or Distrito 13 or Community 13. Comunión 13. But anyway, we got here kind of late, and the park up here at top, the nature park, is closed. But the dude hooked us up and said that we could just get on just for the ride, just to look. And so Medellin takes a lot of pride in their subway system that they have, their metro system they have now. It's a symbol that the city has turned around from a impoverished, violent city to a thriving city. And the whole point of these cable cars is to connect the poorer neighborhoods with the city where there's more economic opportunity. Because these neighborhoods used to be the most violent in Medellin, because they were kind of cut off from the economic opportunity from the center of Medellin. So they built these cable cars to provide them with transportation, so they don't miss out on the economic action that's going on in the center. But this ride, I think in total cost us $2, like the metro to get to the station Santo Domingo, the station that you start the cable car journey, and then you have to pay another $6 to get up top here. So I think in all it's a little under $2.50.
Boy, you get in here, you get lost.
Now Colombia is known for, of course, narcos, drugs, yeah, but it's also known for women. So what you think? In Medellin? Yeah. Oh, they nice. They nice. What you think about Medellin and Cartagena so far? Or just what you've seen of Colombia?
Yeah, zoom in on good. Medellin is definitely different from Cartagena, just because it had more of a Spain presence with the buildings.
Old town.
Yeah, with the old town. The way the streets are, the buildings, the colorful buildings, even the doors. So it's different. Even going through the city, you got taxis and cars, of course, but people ride on chariots and horses. Medellin is
nice.
just a big ass city and a huge bowl full of hills, mountains, basically a mountain bowl.
Yeah,
But it's just definitely a city with a whole bunch of different cultures all in one. They said that you wouldn't see that many brown people, Latinas in Medellin as you would in Cartagena. But personally, I see more Afrocentric in Medellin.
in Medellin?
Yeah, like Afros, pigs.
I would say it's more hip here. But definitely Cartagena has more of an African ancestry presence between the African dances that we would see.
Well, I mean,
and I saw way more brown
I'm
people.
just saying, you did?
Yeah.
I think maybe it's been about the same at least.
Medellin is definitely way hipper than Cartagena.
I agree.
And like I said earlier, like with JT, I was like, man, I think I like things. There's things I like and dislike about both cities. But about the Narcos, they don't even like to mention it here. They don't even really mention Pablo Escobar's name. And this is what my tour guide said. They don't mention his name at all. They use abbreviated terms or nicknames for him, such as PE, the man with the mustache, the notorious criminal. I heard there's small communities of people here that still kind of idolize him. And some of those communities are the ones that were on his payroll, the ones who run the tours. People probably behind the scenes of those tours probably knew him personally. There's some tours I hear on occasions you can meet his family members. Of course, you have his grave site somewhere around here. But from the get-go, the free walking tour, which I recommend y'all doing, you can find a lot of the same tours for free, and they tip-based, which I recommend y'all definitely to tip y'all tour guide. But anyway, he was saying like there's basically two groups of people here in Colombia. Well, three. There's ones who absolutely despise the guy. Then there's another group who's just kind of like the new generation that didn't really live the horror of the war with the cartels in the state, who are very indifferent. They don't, I mean, it doesn't really affect them. Then there's the other group that still idolize him. But as my tour guide was saying, it's very easy for you to idolize him and love his story when you didn't live the story. So he was saying on several occasions when he was between 7 and 10 walking to school, he'd just see bloody dead bodies just in the street. Or, you know, if his mom would come home late or his family member would come home late home, you know, he'd start worrying about, you know, did something happen to them. So in that case, I mean, he kind of made it like, he kind of was like, yeah, I'm not going to tell you not to do the tours, but, you know, when you do these tours, you're putting money, you're like prolonging his legacy. And a lot of these tours don't idolize, don't tell you about the bad things that he does. They just idolize the glamour of the drug life. Money, girls, shootings, violence, stuff like that. They don't really, you know, tell you like during that war, 33,000 people died. Was it 33,000? It was like 33,000 people died in Medellin in like that decade or whatever. And yeah, but they don't really mention his name here, so. And they have like a very strict drug tolerance. They don't play with that here. I mean, you can still find drugs here. Easy, but be careful, because if cops get you, it's a wrap. Maybe I'll do a sit down video one day and go more into depth on like how to talk to Colombian women or Latinas. Well, I'm going to give you 2 tips right now while I'm here. One, learn a little bit of Spanish. Ain't that right, too?
Yep, you won't regret it.
2, learn how to dance. Salsa, merengue, bachata, or even reggaeton. Learn how to move your hips. Because they love to dance, they love to have a good time. Just like any girl around the world. This is not just excluded to Colombian women, but if you've never been out the country and Colombia is your first place you go into, and you come in here in the hopes to meet or go on a date with a Colombian woman, like, I got a few tips. I may know a thing or two. But hey, what do I know, right?
Everything